Hey guys, what's going on? It's Legacy, and today I'm going to give you my class setups for 360 icon rules and UMG rules. Pretty much the same rule set with a few minor details here and there that are a little different, but pretty much the exact same rule set. So let me just show you my first class. So as you guys know, I do run a support slayer role in this game. I run an M8 most of the time, and if I need to pull an SMG, I can do that as well. I do like running an SMG on some maps, and I do like running an M8 on other maps, so it really depends. That's why I'm a support slayer, not a main slay. So what my team is really looking for right now is like a main slayer and probably another SMG. And then I think that'll be a good roster, as long as everyone knows what they're doing and all that. But you pretty much get the point. We need a main slay and an SMG. So as you're going to see, I have the M8 with Art of War, Reflex, Stock, and Quick Draw. You're also going to see that I don't have any grenades here, or any tacticals. That's because I really like running perks and attachments as much as I can. I think that as long as you have good perks and good attachments and all that, you can pretty much just tank through everyone. You don't even need grenades or tacticals or secondary. Another reason why I don't have any of these three is because people run flak jacket in this game, so grenades are completely useless. People also run tac mask in this game, so most of your tacticals are useless except for sensor grenade and trophy system. And people don't run secondaries. Well, people do run secondaries, but I think that I'm strong enough with my M8 because, I don't know, I think my shot is good, and if I need to reload or anything like that, I could do that perfectly fine. I don't need a secondary in like any instance. So that's pretty much my class. Again, I use flak jacket because people throw nades. Toughness because I don't like flinching when I be shot. When I'm being shot, not when I be shot. Dexterity, I think it's very, very helpful, especially with quick draw on this gun, because you can literally go from sprinting to aiming down sights in a quarter of a second with these two. It's fucking amazing. And then tac mask, obviously, because people have tacticals and it can be a pain in the ass. Alright, moving on. Here's my Scorpion class. Now, this is the class that I only recommend for people who have like 4-bar connections or a very good shot. If you have a questionable connection or a questionable shot, then I wouldn't really recommend this class because I don't have grip on it or anything that would help me be more accurate, and it's just, I don't know, it's a very challenging class to use, I would say. Many reasons, because the Scorpion is a very weak gun. It shoots very fast, so the recoil is pretty ridiculous. The hipfire spray, it's not too bad, but you also need to be extremely close if you can't rely on aiming down sights. And yeah, it's just overall not the best SMG in the game, but if you use it properly, it can be one of the best. So I have long barrel on it and extended mags. Extended mags because in a 4v4 situation, you don't want to be reloading non-stop. If you're not going to use extended mags, then definitely use fast mag. But either way, I think extended mags is probably better just because more times than not, someone's going to run through the door and a teammate's going to be right behind him. So you don't want to kill him with like half your clip and then reload and then get screwed over by the second guy. You want to just be able to kill him and then his teammate. So next we have the long barrel. I think long barrel is very helpful in this gun, especially in situations where it's like a questionable, I keep saying the word questionable, but it's like a questionable range. Like if you're at a medium range with the Scorpion, you really gotta have like your shot pinpoint to get him, because there's no other gun that could really have less range than the Scorpion. If I said that right. I mean, 9 times out of 10, if you're at a mid-range with someone else in a gunfight and you have a Scorpion, they're gonna have a gun that has much better range, like the MSMC or the PDW, or actually like an assault rifle. So you guys see where I'm coming from, and that if you are going to use this, you got to have long barrel on it so that you can actually have a chance at winning those mid-range gunfights. Again, no secondary. You may want to add a secondary on this class. It all depends. Maybe like a B23R, just because it can cover more range than any of the other pistols. And yeah, I don't know. Does have quite a long reload time, but you also have extended mags, so it all depends on what your personal preference is, but I don't like to use the secondary, so if you guys do, feel free to use one. Next we have flak jacket and lightweight. Now these two are, again, very typical perks for a submachine gun. As you saw, I didn't have lightweight on my M8 class, mainly because I'm not going to be running any flags or anything like that. And on a SMG class, you're definitely going to want to have lightweight, so you can get to the new hardpoint, you can run flags, you can get the return, anything like that, or just do some basic rush. So that's pretty much why I have those two perks. And I have toughness because I don't like to flinch, and you're going to see that on all my classes. And dexterity, again, because I love pulling my gun back quicker. And one interesting thing you're going to see is that I don't have extreme conditioning. Now, this is because I rely on my teammates, and I probably shouldn't, but I rely on my teammates to hold down spawns in situations where we put like 2 down or something like that, and I pull the flag, so that way I won't run into any trouble when I am trying to bring a flag back to our base. And, you know, in the instance that they do go down and the enemy team can get to our base in time, that's really the only time when I kind of regret not putting extreme conditioning on. But I know there are many times in scrims and all that where I find that dexterity, where dexterity is actually more helpful than extreme conditioning. And I don't know, I feel like when I have extreme conditioning, I tend to sprint a lot more, like I have more freedom with sprinting, so I try to use it all up, and I kind of get screwed over for it. So I think dexterity is probably a better perk because I tend to play more safe with it and much more careful. And again, tac mask, obviously, because people use tacticals. And you're going to see pretty much the same perks on all my classes. So for the next 3, you're going to see the same perks. But let's go to my MSMC. We have Diamond Camo and FMJ and Fast Mag. Now this gun has a 30, I believe a 30 bullet clip. I couldn't think of the word. 30 bullet clip, and it does shoot relatively slow. Not as slow as like a PDW or anything like that, but still kind of slow. But I mean, it is going to take you at least 1/30 your clip to get a kill, and you got to have Fast Mag on because you're definitely not going to hit all 10 shots. Well, I mean, you might, but I mean, in most instances, it's going to be kind of challenging to have, room for another kill with 1 magazine clip with the MSMC. I'm sure people have gotten like 3 pieces with it, like I've gotten 3 pieces with it. A 4-piece is kind of out of range with an MSMC in 1 clip. But unless you have like a really, really good shot, then maybe like you don't need extended mags. But if you have a terrible shot and you know it, then I would probably recommend putting on grip. Just because grip is very helpful and it can actually make the MSMC much more accurate. But I believe that I have a good shot without it, so I prefer to have Fast Mag. So that way, when I play the objective, I can hop in hard points and I can drop at least 3 or 4 kills. Then I have FMJ because there are many walls in this game that are like paper thin, and for some reason, without FMJ, you can't shoot through them. So moving on to my next class, I have the PDW with laser sight and FMJ. FMJ again for the same reason as the MSMC, and laser sight because I think that this gun has a terrible hipfire spread, and since it shoots so slow, if you miss like a few of those bullets, it's really gonna hurt you because it's gonna take a while to actually connect 4 or 5 bullets which are actually gonna kill the guy if you're shooting extremely slow and relying on the hipfire to actually connect. So that's why I use laser sight, and I couldn't really find another better attachment to use. I don't like reflex on it. Some people do. Suppressor, no. Fast Mag, it has 50 bullets. There's really no need. No. Foregrip. I really don't use foregrip. This gun has pretty good accuracy as it is. Quick draw, you can use that, but I don't really prefer it on this gun. Long barrel, good attachment. I would recommend it if you're not going to use the laser sight. And everything else I really don't see a need for. I mean, extended clip, it just adds 65. That's going to be 65 bullets in 1 clip. That's like an ungodly amount. I don't think anyone needs that many. But yeah, so that's just my personal preference on the laser sight. If you guys have a better attachment, go for it, but I would definitely recommend the FMJ. And finally, here's my Search and Destroy class. And as you're going to see, I don't have Select Fire on the FAL because Select Fire is banned, and I still think that without the Select Fire, it's still a pretty beast gun. So I think that there's definitely going to be like a nerf or something for it. But as you see, I have the reflex and the stock. I think these are 2 very generic attachments on assault rifles, and reflex for better accuracy, stock to strafe people when you're in a gunfight with them. As you can see, I have a secondary, which is the Cap 40 and the extended mag. Now the reason I have the Cap 40 is because this gun is a semi-automatic, and if I do have to bring a gunfight like into a small area, like a compact room or something like that, I'm gonna want to have that Cap 40, which has ridiculous hip fire and just it's fucking tank. Like, it is probably the best submachine gun at close range, or not submachine gun, secondary. It probably could be a submachine gun actually, but anyways, here's my my perks again: a flak jacket, so I don't get pre-nated in S&D, toughness, and then extreme conditioning, which should be dead silence. I don't know why it's not. There we go. It's supposed to be dead silence, so that way people can't sound harm me. I have a grenade so I can pre-nade people, because I know a lot of people that they have a class where it's just a knife or like just lightweight and extreme conditioning, and they just try to get to like a certain bomb site or something like that as quick as they can, and they're not counting on me to pre-nade them. And if they don't have a flak jacket, that nade is going to destroy them. So it's just my preference on what you should use. I think that the grenade would be really helpful in S&D, and if you guys don't like using grenades or you don't know like where to pre-nade, maybe you could learn them, or just don't even use a nade. But that's just my my preference. I think the grenade is really helpful for most situations that I get in S&D. And finally, a stun grenade. Even though most people do run tac mask, if I can stun them, or at least get a hit marker on them, I can at least tell my team where the guys are on the other team, like where they're sitting at or anything like that. So even if they do have tac mask, I can still find out where they're at. So that's pretty much all my class setups. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like rating, and this is Legacy, guys, and I'll see you later. Peace, love you.